Uh, Thank you, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Breakfast with Disaster. We are on episode 107. We have a very exciting guest with us today. We have Judi from Blue Star Mothers, Chapter 7, here to just kind of break down a few more things as far as Valentines for Veterans. And we'll kind of dig into that here in just a moment. How are you doing, Judi? How are you doing this morning?
I am doing well. Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, we appreciate you coming on the show today. Uh, we were just talking about the weather. Uh,
Yep, we got another round hitting us now, running through Thursday night.
yeah,
So hope
Yes.
everybody's staying warm, keeping everything clean,
yep,
shoveled off, make sure everybody's checking your vents, don't let them get clogged up.
yeah. And what's crazy is it used to be 3 to 5 inches they called for before. It was only going to be like 2 to 5 inches, and now it's just amazing how fast the lake effect can shift. It's pretty insane almost. Like you really can't control it. Like you really don't know.
Mother Nature.
Yeah.
How much it
Well,
wants to stay in one place, too.
yeah, right over Hamburg.
Yeah.
Right over the South Towns.
Um, but yeah, I thank you again for joining us. I just wanted to, for people that aren't familiar with Blue Star Mothers, I thought would be a good opportunity for you to kind of maybe answer any questions that people may have, and just so we can get that out to the public so we all have a better understanding. But if you don't mind, I just wanted to ask you a few questions before we begin. Could you tell us just a little bit about Blue Star Mothers and just kind of the origins?
Sure, absolutely. The Blue Star Mothers of America was founded actually as a veteran service organization. It was a part of a movement to provide care packages to military members who were serving overseas. It also provided assistance to families who encountered hardships as a result of sons and husbands serving in the war. The first meeting of the Blue Star Mothers was held on February 1st in 1942.
Oh,
And
wow.
that is actually now considered National Blue Star Mother Day, February 1st. And Blue Star Mothers of America official formation was approved by Congress in the Federal Register on February 6th of 1942. Currently, there are over 6,000 members and 200 chapters throughout the United States.
Wow.
That is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, talk about progress too. I mean, I didn't realize it was around since the 1940s too.
So 82 years now, huh?
That's
Yep.
multiple world wars. I mean, yeah. Um, so no, it's one of those things where you just don't like, kind of like we were discussing earlier, I don't feel like the veterans get the respect that they deserve on many levels, whether it's the funding from after they've been at war, whether it's for the funding for mental health treatment, whether it's due to injuries post-war. I had a personal friend that I was mentioning to you earlier who had to fight so hard just to get a reasonable amount because he couldn't no longer work, so it was just it's kind of sad just to see how hard people have to fight just to get what they already deserve, and it's unfortunate.
Oh, it absolutely is. I mean, I think all of us, so many of us have brothers, sisters, fathers, mothers who have been in the military.
Yeah,
My brother served in Afghanistan, and I know when he came home, he had a crippling addiction problem
yeah,
that unfortunately did cost him his life.
yeah,
And there was so little support
yeah,
through any programs with the Army to help with addiction issues or physical issues or anything coming out of serving. And
yeah,
that it really is why programs like Blue Star Mothers are so very, very important. That is why it is such a amazing thing that you guys are doing to bring support to the veterans who may not have anyone or anything.
yeah.
They may not have anybody who's there for
They
that.
might not have that family support when they get back, so
No, and it's so important to let them know that people care.
yeah,
People are there for them.
yeah. No, very well said.
Well,
And
I can tell you honestly, too, is a big part of the Blue Star Mothers is the support that we provide for one another. Because the Blue Star Mothers is made up of all primarily military mothers. And I can tell you that, I mean, it's definitely an honor to support our veterans and help out, and our active troops, and help them in any way we can. But it has been a tremendous value to me to have the support of the other mothers in my group, in my
Yeah.
chapter, for myself, because we always sort of say in our group that only another military mom truly knows what you're going through.
Absolutely.
It's a little different when, you know, and not that I want to downgrade anything, but you know, when you're sending a son or daughter off to college, and you know you can pick up that phone at any time and talk to them, and
Yeah.
hear their voice, it's a big difference from when even sending them off to basic training and you're putting them into the hands of the military, and the last call you're going to get is a 10-second scripted call saying that they made it and that's it, and you don't know
Yeah.
when you're going to hear from them again. It's heart-wrenching. It's, you
Yeah.
know, it puts a lot of panic and anxiety into your everyday life, you know,
Yeah.
wondering what your child's going through, or if they're deployed, you know, same
Yeah.
thing, if you don't hear from them for months at a time, when
Yeah.
they're deployed, versus, you know, being able to pick up that phone and talk to them anytime you want. So,
Yeah.
you know, that's a great support for us as mothers.
I could only imagine. And, you would think, and I understand, like, when they're deployed, sometimes they like for their own safety, so supposedly they're not supposed to communicate, and I understand, I get that side of it too, but yeah, and it's like you said, it's gut wrenching because you're fearing for their safety, you want them to return safely. And I could see how having that group of, like, I would almost think that you probably made quite a few friends from Blue Star Mothers. Is that fair to say?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They're my sisters. I mean,
Yeah.
I consider them my sisters more than anything, you know, they're
Yeah.
family to me.
Exactly. They almost become family.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was just going to mention there too. So no, thank you for sharing that. I just had a couple more questions here for you. Um, what kind of, and I know you kind of talked briefly earlier, but what was the main thing that got you involved, to want to join the Blue Star Mothers and get involved with it?
Well, I have two sons, and back in November of 2019, my oldest son, Joshua, decided to enlist. And as a single mom, it was just, again, it was extremely difficult for me to have to let my firstborn go and deal with that. And it was just, you know, I needed somebody to talk to, and someone that knew that experience already, that could reassure me of what would happen, and what to expect, and you know that it's going to be all right, and that, you know, you're going to be proud of them, and you know, I just needed somebody there, um you know, to talk to, that again, that knew what I was going through.
Sure.
um
Yeah.
so
No.
I needed that group.
Yeah. 100%. Thank you for sharing that. Um, and yeah, just to kind of further, because I know you guys do a bunch of like events, whether it's annually, every quarter, things like that. But what types of events do we do like locally here in Buffalo? I know we mentioned obviously the Valentines for Veterans, like we discussed, our collaboration on that with you. Um, but like aside from Valentine's Day and around this time, what are some other events that you guys host throughout the year?
We will do almost anything and everything as far as events, as far as fundraising, as far as volunteering. We do 2 care package events, one in June and one in November. We also do now an annual brunch to support our Gold Star mothers, and to show our support to them. We have an annual Red, White, and Brews fundraiser at Nickel City Brews in Depew. And we participate with many other community activities, such as like Veterans Day parades. We did the Hamburg Christmas parade
Oh,
just
nice.
recently. And we look forward to doing anything else that we can, you know, find anybody that's willing to work with us to participate in.
That's great. And I like how you gave such a variety there because to anybody that's watching, if something strikes their attention, would it be all right to get them in contact with somebody from obviously you yourself or with, you know, somebody along those lines? We just want to make sure we get them in front of the right people. If
Yeah,
they're
like what opportunities are there with Blue Star Mothers for the people who may be watching this right now who would like to add their support?
Oh, absolutely. Anything from, I mean, monetary donations, any type of donations to go into our care packages for not only our active troops that are deployed, our care packages that we're doing for the Valentines for veterans, to help our local veterans. Any type of fundraiser opportunities, if anybody out there wants to, again, work with us to do a fundraiser to bring in more again monetary donations in that. We've also talked about possibly looking at doing a fundraiser to support a service dog for a veteran.
oh, nice. That's
It's
awesome.
that's something that we've, you know, had on our thoughts of, you know, we'd like to be able to have that to look forward to.
Yeah.
So any type of opportunity, you know, we would take.
I know this isn't we hadn't discussed this, but real quick, aside from monetary donations, which are always important, what items would you say would be the most needed donations? Like if somebody wanted to, you know, drop off to you guys or to us here in
Mhm.
Hamburg, donations to go towards Blue Star Mothers, what would you say would be some of the most vital donations?
Like I guess
Um,
sought after, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, like you know.
like, you know, toiletries, clothing, things like that.
I would say like for our care packages for the deployed, I would say the big things would be like proteins, any type of
Yeah,
proteins like tuna,
jerky, something.
chicken, like peanut butter, anything like that, all the proteins, and the treats. They, you know, they love getting the different cookies and candies and things like that. I would say
Yeah.
those would be the 2 big ones for like the deployed. As far as for the veterans, I would say with that, probably like the toiletries, even like basic housewares, like I
Yeah.
Uh,
know the Veterans Housing Coalition, they're looking at even starting out with some basic house things like a set of sheets, silverware, um even like toaster, or you know, some of the
uh,
basic household items that they could use.
sure,
um
sure.
Again,
So
toilet paper, paper towels, dishcloths, bath towels, hand towels, things like
Yeah.
that. You know, the basics would be probably very well appreciated. Even honestly, we're even looking into, we did find out a couple of the veterans currently at the coalition have service dogs. So even some dog food, maybe some
Yeah,
dog beds to help them out with supporting their service dogs.
that kind of be awesome. Yeah, that's a great idea. we can definitely assist with that is for sure. Awesome. Well, this has been great. I'm trying to stick to our, I think we're at what, like 10 minutes, 12
Yeah,
minutes?
sorry, I got off.
No, that was perfect. That was a very good question. In fact, that was probably, I think, almost probably one of the most important questions, because you can donate all you want, but are they receiving the right things that they actually
Yeah.
want, you know?
Yeah, they're getting what they need.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
because that's all that really matters, you know? So awesome. So Judi, what we do here is at the end of every show, we do like a wheel spin to see who our prize winner is for the week. We have like a mug club. So we're going to go ahead and do that here in just a moment. Was there any other questions that you
Before
had?
we go, do you have a website or something that you'd like to shout out to for people who might be interested, other mothers out there who might want to sign up, or people who might want to get some more information about Blue Star Mothers?
Yeah, that'd be
Yes, absolutely. We do also, just real quick, we do also have associate members. So any like grandmothers, sisters, even dads, they're more than welcome to come in and participate. But our website is bluestarmothersny7.com. We also have a Facebook page. Or you can contact us via email at presidentny7@gmail.com.
perfect.
Excellent. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah,
Oh, you're
because
welcome.
yeah, this has been a great experience, and we're looking forward to picking up all the Valentines.
We've had an amazing response
Yeah.
from a lot of the school districts, especially West Seneca. Got a shout out to the West Seneca School District.
Yep.
They have really, really answered the call for this one.
Yeah. And it's just amazing to kind of see everybody like come together and like just work on all this together. And I think the best part is when we're going to pick up all the stuff and then get to drop it off.
Oh,
And,
I'm really excited to do that.
Yeah.
Honestly, I want to write the letters to Santa Claus.
like I actually would want to be there in person to like actually physically hand it to the vet, you know. So that's awesome. But it's things like this and things like, you know, Blue Star Mothers. Without these types of organizations, you know,
Yeah.
it's just so much positivity it really brings, and like you mentioned, you know, it brings people together. And I think that's the most important thing. You really can't.
Yeah. We
Doesn't
have to support each other.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
have to in this world today. We need each other.
Yeah.
So to everybody watching right now, get in contact with Blue Star Mothers.
Yeah.
If you have donations you just want to drop off, we're down here on 97 Evans Street in the village of Hamburg. You can
Yep.
drop stuff off with us. But yeah, we're just thank you so much for this. And we're really looking forward to showing the veterans how much they're appreciated this year.
Absolutely. Very well said. All right. So without further ado, we are going to jump into our wheel spin. Judi, you won't be able to see it on your end. Oh,
Okay.
oh, I can't minimize Zoom. It's fine. We got here. All right, 161 is our lucky winner this morning. Let's see who we got. We're having a little technical difficulty here. We're just gonna be able to pull it up here.
One is Ruth Bucky from the Randall Agency.
Ah, she does. I'm trying to think because is it the one in or down in Eden?
I believe so.
Yeah. All right. Well, congratulations, Ruth. If you're watching right now, I will stop by and give you a double prize. If you are not watching, I will still stop by and drop off a prize for you in person. Thank you so much, Judi, for joining us this morning. Can't thank you enough. I think it was just great to have you on, and I hope this for any other, you know, mothers out there that are looking to join, and hopefully we can spark that interest and get the word out there.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
thank you so much for joining us, Judi. We will get this copy over to you as well. And everybody that's watching, thank you so much. And we will see you guys tomorrow next week
Tuesday.
at 10:10. Thank you.
Everybody be safe out there on the roads. Don't drive if you don't absolutely have to.
Yep.